Hello. If I'm wearing a shirt designed by cartoonist Isabella Rotman, that must mean that there's an Izzy Rotman comic around here somewhere, right? And there is, and it's called Dig, and it's one of my favorites. Let's take a look. So the comic is printed at quarter tabloid paper. A piece of tabloid paper is 11 by 17. We fold it in half, we get half tabloid, and if we take a look at the comic against that, it's roughly about half the size, so this would be quarter tabloid. It opens up to make a nice long canvas, which will come into play later. The exterior cover is a color print on cream paper. The cream paper gives a little bit of richness to the colors. And what we see is all these different artifacts of kind of the circus kind of discarded on the ground. Hamburgers, popcorn, pennants, and Izzy Rotman's name is very elegantly kind of hidden in there amongst the different artifacts. On the front outside cover, we see the bear looking up at us, really as kind of an invitation to open up the book and go into the next interior cover. We can see the bear through a die cut, which is when you cut away paper using an X-Acto knife or scissors in order to see what's underneath it. The die cut is very precise, and it's not a regular circle, so this was definitely done by hand. We open it up, and there's a beautiful interior cover, which has the white lettering on the black background that is printed all the way to the edge. This is called a full bleed. I'll talk about this a little bit more in a second. And the bear is, again, looking up at us, really just showcasing, like, this is going to be a book about a bear. This is going to be a book about going down at this things, you know, entering and descent. The first couple of pages are much lighter. I mean, it's about the bear's life in the circus. The bear then escapes. And then in the second part of the book, the bear is descending into a hole that it is digging. And this is where the book is really successful because of the full bleed that Izzy got on the book. And this is something that you have to plan for. Even if you have a file that you send to the computer that says, like, hey, print it all the way to the edge, a copier can't do that because it has to have some sort of part of the paper that it holds onto. So this needs to be cut after the fact to give this illusion that the printing goes all the way to the edge of the paper. And in this case, it makes us feel like the darkness of the hole is kind of enveloping. The bear kind of goes through some a tough emotional journey. At the end, I feel happy for him, but the emotional landscape of this book would not be as successful if it wasn't printed full bleed. If this feeling of darkness wasn't as encompassing. The book is really beautifully printed. The blacks are really nice and even, and that's really important because there's so much of it. If they appeared patchy, or if we could see striations in it, it just wouldn't look as clean, and the illusion wouldn't be as good. But as it is, the book is beautifully printed, the lines are nice and sharp. It's just absolutely wonderful, and a great example of how, like, a couple simple choices like format, having the book, you know, descend vertically, and having it be full bleed makes for a much more potent kind of emotional takeaway. So I couldn't recommend it more. Dig by Izzy Rotman. Please check it out. All right, bye.